Okay, but we still have a problem here, a huge risk in the fact that we are rolling out to, boom, all users. Yes, I feel like a team that rolls features out like this, like to everyone, will have this tendency, this emotional tendency to work for a long time on their feature. Like basically just sit around in their ivory tower and just think, oh my god, we need to fix this for the users. Maybe if this happens. It seems like it would be like a lot of polishing before rolling it out, because the rollout is so for everyone and so high risk. And I imagine that this will lead to the team having to throw away a lot of work, because what they are building is it will take a lot of time before it actually reaches the users. And once it reaches the users is gonna say like, this was not quite what we wanted. And since they have spent all of this time building something that the user might not want, they have to just throw all that away for no good reason. In order to avoid that, maybe we could roll out to just a small subset of our users and start gathering feedback from them. Let's do that now. All right, so let's try to roll this out to just a percentage. So the default rule, a percentage rollout, oh, brilliant. So we want 90% to not get this changed. We just roll it out to 10%, so save changes. And let's see if our user ends up in that group. No, it doesn't. Let's actually just expand it until we see that it works, like 20%. Nope. 30%. This is exciting streams. All right, 40%. 40%. Yeah, there. Okay, so the percentage rollout works, but just for pedagogical purposes, let's turn it back to 10%. I think that this is great, partially because it reduces risk. If something breaks, it will only affect this subset of users before we can roll it out. And also this little group of users can start giving us feedback and saying that, oh, this is broken, this is weird. And we can incorporate that feedback into our development process before we roll it out to more users. I think that this will just allow us to move faster because it's simply less dangerous and problematic to roll new features out. You know, we wouldn't even have to do this. We could initially just roll the feature out to just product owners and perhaps customer service and like our friends. Not a percentage rollout, just individual users. Okay, so the user here that we have is their ID, their key is ABC123. So this might this is something that we want to identify users on so that we can enter them in the LaunchDarkly interface. This might just be user IDs, but it might also be usernames or something like that. Something that we can look up in our app and then add them to the interface. For now, let's just imagine that this is fine. So to the ABC, now hang on, I'm gonna do MPJ, of course MPJ. Yeah, that's my user. And go to dashboard, and instead of having a percentage rollout, I'm gonna save that. So now we just, default rule is false, it's not rolled out, but some individual users are gonna get it. Add user MPJ, and we're gonna save. Let's see, did that actually autocomplete? Oh, it actually autocompletes because once these have been have appeared in the database, or like they've been called from the application, they end up here. So that it's pretty handy that it allows us to that it autocompletes them for us. Pretty fun. Anyway, and look at that. Time sorting is now the default for me. Hang on, let me actually remove me from that, save changes, and then refresh. And now natural sorting is the default. So we can roll it out to just individual users. I'm doing a lot of refreshing here. I noticed somewhere in the docs while we were scrolling that there's a change event as well. Wonder if I can just do that here and update the thing and live. Let's see, like a natural sorting, and I'm gonna change this to roll it out to MPJ and see if it live updates. It actually does. That's pretty cool. Let me rename this to on LaunchDarkly updated. Like, I'm gonna put this side by side just to show you that. We can do that. Put that there. Okay, there. And I'm gonna remove myself and then save changes. And wow, okay, that was very fast. I didn't intend to do that. That was pretty cool. It basically allows you to have your product owner on the phone and say, oh, I'm rolling it out now, and you just press boom, and just boom, updates in their interface without them refreshing or logging in or anything. That's pretty cool. That's just a really funky side benefit of React and LaunchDarkly working together. Also, this live update thing, it's just I think that this is just another good case for using a software as a service solution like LaunchDarkly instead of rolling your own. It's just all these little things that just boom, boom, boom work and you wouldn't be getting otherwise. Stuff like the gradual rollout with the percentages and just having like these rollouts that are for specific users. That's also very, very, very nice, and little cool things like the live updating. All right, so let's summarize. Feature flags kind of allows us to beta test parts of our system. It's a technique where we hide parts of our functionality behind a feature flag, which allows us to roll it out to a subset of our users in a gradual manner. And this allows us to decouple deployment and rollout so that we can deal with two risky things separately. It also allows us to move faster, and one of the reasons is that we are able to roll the feature out any time we want instead of being coupled to deployment, which is really handy when you're dealing with a bunch of other teams so that you don't have to like sync deployments with them. We also become faster because we can roll out our features to just a subset of users like customer service or product owners or our friends, or just a percentage of users. All that allows us to start gathering very early feedback on unfinished versions of our features, which breaks us out of this attitude of building the perfect product up in our ivory tower. That is it, feature flagging. It's amazing. Your team should do it. If you are interested in using a product to do it, you should consider using LaunchDarkly. You can find them at launchdarkly.com or in the episode description. I am MPJ. Until Monday morning, stay curious.